was one of the Israelites. He was an Egyptian. The word Samiri in Hebrew is Shemri. The same way the name Musa in Hebrew is Musha. And the name Isa or Yasua is Yashua in Hebrew. In English, of course, they pronounce it as Yashua. The same way that Hebrews, when they say Shalom, they say Shalom. And we say Salam. Later on, inshallah, I would write this because in order for me to type, I have to, interrupt the speech in here. But later on, at the end of the meeting, please remind me, and I would write all of this, type it. So, Samiri is a Hebrew name, Shemri. Samiri had been related to Shemrun. And Shemrun is the son of Yashakir. Yashakir is fourth generation from Prophet Jacob or Yaqub. So, Samiri is of the line of Shemrun. Shemrun is the son of Yashakir. Yashakir is the fourth generation of Prophet Jacob. So Samiri is one of the Israelites. This is a very good juncture that we would make that correction. He wasn't Egyptian. He was one of the Israelites. That's very important point for us to pay attention with respect to the parallel that we are using. Remember, the parallel that we are using gets its inspiration from that hadith that Ahl Sunnat and Jama'at have quoted it, Sunni brothers and sisters have quoted it, and Shias have quoted it. So it's unanimously agreed. The hadith of Manzelat, O Ali, the likeness of you to me is as Aaron to Moses, except after me no prophet comes. Okay, in order for us to discover who Ali is with relationship to Prophet, we are going to Quran as authentic source to discover the relationship between Aaron and Moses. But along this journey, we are coming across certain characters, like Samiri himself. Like Samiri himself. So Samiri was one of the Israelites, and he was, of course, with them coming out of Egypt. Our story developed according to Quran, chapter 20, verse 85, in such a way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course, we started from verse 83, but basically the one that relates to our topic is from 85. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed Prophet Moses when he was at the mount that Moses, your people we tested after you left. After we tested your people, فَإِنَّا فَتَنَّا قَوْمَكَ مِنْ بَعْدِكَ. And Samiri misled them. وَأَذَلَّهُمُ السَّامِرِي. Samiri misled them. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Samiri misled them, that means they are misled. Somebody that is misled, you try to show him the way. You don't try to hide it. Last night we brought that analogy of the driver beside you in the highway. If you're traveling with your friend and somehow your friend who is a driver misses the exit, and as a result he goes to another highway. You were planning to go to San Francisco. The highway to San Francisco is Highway 80 West. He took another exit at one part of Highway 80 West, and he's not driving on Highway 50. Half hour passes. All of a sudden, you tell your friend, this road doesn't seem familiar to me. Are we in the right highway? Then he also, his attention is drawn, and after another 10 minutes, you discover that no, you are not in the right highway. You have lost the way. What would you do? You would tell your friend, it doesn't matter. Remember, you have a meeting, you have to reach destination. Destination is San Francisco. At a certain time, you have to be there. Would you tell your friend, let's go this Highway 50 now that we are at it? Forget it. It happened 40 minutes ago when we lost the exit. Oh, that's past. Forget it. No. I think you would tell your friend, let's turn around. Now, if your friend is a reasonable person and he also cares about destination, he would turn around. But if your friend doesn't turn around and you insist and you try to persuade him to turn around, after few trying to persuade him to turn around, if he doesn't turn around, what do? You tell him, stop. Let me at least go out of the car. I hitchhike and go back to San Francisco. Meaning, you don't go along. You don't compromise with a person who is misled. You try to remind him that he is misled. You try to draw his attention that he has lost the path. But if he doesn't listen to you, you tell him, let me go out of the car. So the people that always tell us something happened long time ago, forget it, they are indeed wrong. This analogy really assists them. So Musa alayhi salam, Moses, came back to his people knowing that Samiri has misled them, knowing that they were tested by Allah. He was angry, he was grieved and saddened, and he came to his people. He told them, why have you done that? Have you forgotten all those promises of God, good promises of God? Didn't God promise you goodly promise? Didn't he tell you that he's going to send you Torah to regulate your society? Didn't he rescue you from Pharaoh, and he promised you that you are going to be rescued? And he fulfilled his promise? And some other applications have been mentioned. Or the 10 days that I was away extra was too long for you. Or with this behavior, did you want to draw the wrath of God towards you? يا قوم ألم يعدكم ربكم وعدا حسنا أفطال عليكم العهد أم أردتم أن يحل عليكم غضب من ربكم فأخلفتم موعدي. Which one of these three reasons? Of course, they started justifying. They said, we are not to blame. This Samiri deceived us. It was his fault. We were carrying the ornaments of the Egyptian when we were coming out of Egypt. So we threw it into fire. And Samiri also threw it in the fire. He melted it. And he brought out of that a dead body of a calf that would sound like a calf. قالوا ما أخلفنا موعدك بملكنا ولكننا حملنا أوزارا من زينة القوم فقذفناها فكذلك ألقى السامري فأخرج لهم عجلا جسدا له خوار. There was a calf that looked like a calf, sounded like a calf, but it was a statue. It wasn't really a calf. And Samiri and the early people that converted to him, that's very important also, told the rest of the Israelites, this is your God and the God of Moses, but he has forgotten it. Or according to another interpretation, Samiri forgot his covenant with Moses that he has to worship one God. فَقَالُوا هَذَا إِلَهُكُمْ وَإِلَهُ مُوسَى فَنَسِي. Then Moses, peace be upon him, told them, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues by saying that, don't they see that this calf that they are worshipping cannot return to them any talk, any speech, any word, and does not own any harm and any loss and any benefit for them? And we explained about that. And then the critical point of the story, Quran says, Harun from before